want to show you a very small but really important little tip here, guys. So I'm about to rig up one of the 7.8s, and that'll accommodate a number of hooks. The recommended hook is a 10-aught owner beast. I happen to have here I'm rigging up two colors, so one of them already has a 10-aught on it. That's my my big bluegill flash here. And I also want to rig up one of my my lighter ones in this kind of phantom rainbow. I'm going to be using the Trokar 9-aught Swimbait hook, weighted, and it's pretty much a swap for the owner. Slightly different size, but perfectly acceptable. No difference in performance. But what I want to show you here, the important part is to swap this guy right there. Let's see if we can get our focus going. See that little guy right there? These little screw keepers. Now it's pretty big. When you get into these bigger swimbait hooks, these they upsize. But what you want to do, what I recommend doing, is they actually sell saltwater screw-ins. Let me grab it for you here. And this makes all the difference in the world. Here it is right here. Trokar makes it, and Eagle Claw makes it as well. And I'll throw some links down in the description below. And what these are is the gauge of the metal is about 3 times as thick. The diameter, let me get one out here for you. The diameter of the ring is much thicker than the stock one that comes on the hook. And the depth of penetration, you said penetration. The depth of how far it goes in, guys, is a lot deeper. So as you can imagine, let's see if we can get our focus going here. I'll hold both these up. And there we go. You can see this comes on the stock weighted 9-aught hook, and this is what you want to upgrade to. It's huge, and it goes into the bait so much further, and like I said, it's wider. The steel is a much thicker steel. There's just a whole lot more surface area once you finish screwing this in contact with the plastic than there is on the stock ones. These, the small ones, will get the bait, the nose of the bait blown out, such that you're going to cast, and sooner or later this is going to rip out of the front along with a bunch of plastic. And you could fix that, but you need that soft plastic glue like Mend It or the other glues, and that's fine. You should have that anyway. But you can prolong the life of your bait significantly, and thus far I've been using these all this year. I have yet to have any of my soft plastics the nose blow out using these large, the saltwater rated ones. And it's pretty simple, guys. All you want to do is just swap it out. Just 1, 2, 3. Just push the other one off and push this one on. Here we go. That's a little bit more appropriate. One other small tip for you guys here. Owner makes the CPS springs that have a center mounted pin, which makes it dead simple to get it perfectly mounted. You can do that yourself every time on these that don't have it. What you need to do is never put the point actually in the middle of the bait. That'll always make it offset. You have to imagine, just imagine you have that CPS spring there and the point is actually going to be offset. So basically line it up how it would be if it was perfectly in the bait straight, and look at where your point is. You have to put that point in really far to one of the edges, and if you do that, it'll go in perfectly straight. Let's see here. Feels a little weird at first, but by the time you get it all the way in, it'll be perfectly straight. So that's it, guys. And then of course we're just going to mark our spot on the bait where we want the hook to go through. On the Kitex you have a little hook pocket there, and this 9-aught just makes it, the tip of it is going just to where that hook pocket is carved out. So we're going to go right there, push it through to the top, and that's it. There's the hook in the hook pocket. Now what I like to do is I like to run it through a few times and kind of break out that plastic just a little bit. You know, not too much, because then it's going to be exposed on every cast, but you know, I want to make it just a little bit easier to pop out when I do get that first fish. And that's it. The 9-aught doesn't sit quite as low as the owner 10-aught, but I've used them interchangeably and I don't see any difference in hookup ratio. So that's it, guys. Just a little tip with these screw-in keepers here. That's the main thing. This thing here is going to hold on just so much better than the others. A couple bucks per pack, and I really think that these large swim bait hooks should just come with those other ones. They're really the only thing that's appropriate for these larger, heavier swim baits.